Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today's a little bit different. It's not really going to be very much farm related, but it kind of is, so work with me here. Anyway, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, once again, I would encourage you to subscribe and hit the like button for everyone else. And just before we get started, I'm not wearing my sling. I probably should be. Today's video is exciting for me. I don't know if it's exciting for you, but if you guys have been watching this channel for very long, you'll know that I use my dad's trucks most of the time. I never had my own, and yeah, never owned my own vehicle technically, and I'll explain that here in a minute. Yeah, so in high school, my parents just happened to have an extra car that my other siblings drove when they were in high school. It's just a cheapy old car, and that's what I've been driving since no one else was using it. My parents have their own nicer cars, and I was driving that one. It was free to me. I just had to pay for gas when I could, and anyway, yeah, so not a bad deal for me, free to me, and so I was perfectly fine with that. Anyway, it wasn't the best car in the world, and we found out from the mechanic probably about a month ago that the transmission's on its way out, and this car, even, you know, trying to sell it, if it was in good shape, it'd only be worth probably $1,000. So I've been in the market for a new vehicle, and I of course wanted a truck. Partially because I want to be able to haul calves and I want to be able to pull a trailer, and also I just am not a big fan of cars. I was looking on Craigslist quite a bit trying to find a truck, and I just happened to find this one. We checked out a few other ones, they just wouldn't work out, and my budget was pretty small. Yeah, I just didn't have a whole lot of money set aside for a vehicle, even though I knew this day would be coming. So if I could have waited till I sold calves, I could have bought a nicer truck, but couldn't wait that long. So yeah, so now I will show you guys the truck, and I will try to give you guys some details on it. So let's talk some specs. This is a 2001 Dodge Ram 1500. It's an SLT Laramie model with the tow package, and it is 4x4. So let's take a look under the hood. The engine is a 365.9 V8 Magnum, or Magnum V8. And these engines are known to be pretty bulletproof, and they seem to be lasting forever, and everyone seems to like them. The transmissions, however, have been always causing people problems in this truck. But luckily this guy had already had this one rebuilt, and so this transmission should last the rest of the life of this truck. And then of course there is no AC in this truck. The AC compressor, he actually took it out. It quit working, he took it out. He was gonna get a new one, and I guess he got a used one and never got it put back in, so that is actually sitting here in the truck. He gave it to me, said, you can get this one put in, it should work. I don't know if I'll get that done this year, maybe next year, maybe a little bit too expensive for me right now. But the interior of the truck, it actually looks pretty good besides some common Dodge issues like the dash cracking. Basically, if you don't have a giant crack in your dash, or you have a dash, you probably aren't driving a Dodge. So yes, the dash is cracked and falling apart, but there is a dash cover. I will probably end up having to get a new dash put in eventually, but this will work for now. Another issue with the interior would be the left driver's side speaker doesn't work. Nothing major, and I can probably get that figured out pretty easy, but doesn't work right now. Another issue is the door to get into the back on the driver's side. It does not open, and so he said you can probably just take the whole door off and figure out what's going on with it. But the other side, everything works there. And the seats, the driver's side has a little tear in it, but I guess they tried to sew it. Doesn't look too bad, but most of the cloth seats, they are looking pretty good so far. So looking at the bed looks pretty good. The only issue with the bed is the tailgate. As you can see right here, the cable there has broken on one side. Once again, pretty easy fix, nothing to really worry about too much. And it does come with the bed liner, and there's also some weird chain in the middle. I don't really know what that's for, but I guess it keeps things from falling out of the truck. On the outside of the truck, the paint job, which is probably my least favorite part about the truck. For some reason, I'm not a big fan of the Patriot Blue color. I would rather have a neutral colored truck like a gray, white, or black. Just personal preference. I know some of you might like a blue truck, but paint job, not too bad. Of course, there's some, once again, common Dodge issues, which would be oxidation on the hood and on the top. But once again, cheap truck. I really don't care that much about the looks. Just has to run well. So another issue would be the fender. One backside he did have it replaced just to try to cover up some rust, and it's already rusting back again. So once again, nothing I'm not really that worried about, but it is there, so it does kind of decrease the value of it. And now that I've kind of given you the overview of the truck, let's kind of talk about what I'm going to be using this for. As you guys know, I haul baby calves, and that's kind of what I really needed a truck for, hauling baby calves, hauling some other animals as well. But this truck does not have a gooseneck hitch, so I will not be hooking up a gooseneck to it. But I'll just be putting a calf cage on there. I may have to make a new one that actually fits this truck because it is a different size than the one I was using before. But it should still hold quite a few calves, and that'll also give me another welding project to start working on. But yeah, and then of course just other various farm chores. I will also be driving this to campus a couple times a week, as well as feeding cows, hauling some mineral or grain or whatever else. So I will be putting this truck to use on the farm, whether that's checking cows or, you know, pulling a little trailer or something like that. So this truck will be used. It will probably be abused, and I'll get some good use out of it, hopefully. So overall, I did get this truck for pretty cheap. My initial budget, I didn't really want to spend over $3,000, so for that price I knew I would expect some junk, and I did have to spend a little bit more on this one, and I really just couldn't pass it up. So visually it's not the best looking truck, but hopefully it will last me a long time. So let's start it up here so you can kind of see how it starts and drives. There is some belt squeaks here and there. That just means I need to replace some of the belts. Nothing to really worry about. And other than that, it sounds perfectly fine. So since there is no AC, of course, I'm going to have the windows down most of the time. And in the winter, of course, the heat works, so that's always a plus. Yeah, that's the truck, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it's not very farm related, but hopefully you people that are interested in trucks or farm trucks, hopefully you enjoyed this one. I will hopefully be putting a new bumper on. That'll be a welding project much later down the road when I have some experience under my belt. But yeah, put a brush guard, maybe a new bumper on there. So things I do want to modify eventually if it keeps running and treating me well. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I do still have an exciting update to inform you guys about later. I don't want to give that away too early until it actually happens. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys next time.